Welcome into the I-80 Boys College Football Show. Chris, we've got Texas A&M and Missouri facing off in this one. It was kind of hard when we were breaking this down, looking at who should you take, who should I take. I struggled to do it because I'm like, you love both these teams. I mean, you're wearing a Texas A&M cap. I mean, for the love of God, what do you like? Got oil money out there, and then what do you got? Like a fucking Mizzou thong on underneath or something?
I do. The banana hammock, man. I brought it out. Yeah.
Anyways, tell me about the Texas A&M Aggies here, Chris.
All right, let's get into it here. Yeah, A&M. I do like A&M this year. Why? I think they're a good team. I like Mike Elko. You knew that, Christian. We saw him at Duke. I know you were impressed with them as well. I thought it was a great hire. They are 8-0, which is tough to do in the SEC so far, and still got plenty of season left here. But the last time we saw A&M play was that complete dismantling of LSU a couple weeks ago where they beat them 49-25, just beat the living soul out of LSU in the second half of that game. They're led by quarterback Marcel Reed. I like this kid. Last year when he came in for Connor Weigman, man, I was really impressed with this kid as a freshman. He's got to be in the Heisman race, I would think, up until this point. Nice numbers, over 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. Even better, Christian, he's only been sacked 6 times. He also can kill you with your legs, averaging north of 5.5 yards per carry. He's got 6 scores on the ground as well. Running back Ruben Owens, I know he's filling in for Le'Veon Moss. Both these guys are good, obviously, but Owens is doing a great job. He's averaging almost 6 yards a pop here. A&M is actually third in the SEC in rushing offense, so far so good if you're an Aggie. The wide receiver core, man, I don't think they get talked about enough either here. Bethel Roman, Concepcion, Craver. These three all have big play potential. We've seen it all year long. Mario Craver, whom I really like, is actually 13th in the SEC in total receiving yards. As far as the ranks here real quickly, A&M is 19th in total offense in the country. They rank 23rd in rushing offense, 33rd in passing offense. They're 10th best in the country in protecting Marcel Reed. They've only given up 7 sacks total on the year. Bottom line, this is an incredibly balanced offense. They're tough to prepare for. Like I said, they can run the ball, throw it, and you can do whatever the hell you want, protect the quarterback. We've seen them win in low-scoring games. We've seen them win in shootouts like that Notre Dame game. Like I said, really impressed with this A&M offense so far this year. As far as the defense goes, you know it. Mike Elko, he's known for defense. The ranks, they rank 31st in total defense. They're 33rd versus the run, 44th versus the pass. And number 1, Christian, you guessed it, in sacks per game. They average 4 a game. They got 32 on the year, so they can get after the quarterback. And like I said, A&M, it's hard really to find anything to nitpick on this team on both sides of the ball. I'll be completely honest with you there. I'm not trying to meet ride. They're just a good football team this year. With that being said, Christian, I'm going to throw it over to you for the Missouri Tigers.
Yeah, Chris, astute observation for your hometown Texas A&M Aggies. Are beautiful done. Everybody in the chat, let's clap it up for him here. No, you did a great job there, man. I like you always do. Chris, my thing with Mizzou is, what are they going to be without Bo Pribula? You know, that's the big question I think everybody has. I mean, we're going to find out. They can't afford to lose another game this year and have a chance to make the playoffs, right? And A&M's coming in. That's going to be their toughest test, I think, to this point Mizzou's going to face. So it'll be interesting to see. The good news is true freshman quarterback Matt Zollers has had a bye week to prepare. Okay, the bad news, he has to face a good Texas A&M defense, right? I know on paper A&M ranks 31st overall in total defense, but damn, man, does Mike Elko do a great job of getting defenses ready. I don't know what it is. Mike Elko is like Kirby and Nick Saban 2.0. Even in down years where I think last year their defense was a little better maybe than where they're at right now. But, I mean, man, they're like you said, they get to the quarterback. Yeah, they may give up some points, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to remember when you play A&M. And just they do a great job there. If you're Mizzou, you need to rely on Ahmad Hardy in this one. Keep the ball out of Marcel Reed's hands. Also, don't turn the ball over as well, right? Whenever you see true freshmen get in there, sometimes they turn into Carson Beck with costly interceptions down the stretch of games, so you don't want to see that either. Okay. Speaking of Marcel Reed, right, we saw him light up a decent LSU defense on the road a few weeks ago. But this Mizzou defense is different, Chris. It's different.
They're good.
They're ranked top 5 in the country in total defense. So they get to Marcel Reed early and often, and they limit some of that scrambling. They got a shot there. The other thing to keep in mind here about A&M is they are balanced. And you talked about Ruben Owens, right? He was banged up a little bit in that game against LSU. So that room is already kind of banged up. So I'm going to be curious to see how they do. Again, Marcel Reed, when that running back room kind of got hurt, the good thing about him, he can take over and make plays with his feet. So if you're Mizzou, man, you gotta limit that. You gotta force him to throw the football, try to limit their ground game, make them one dimensional. It's tough because even when A&M throws the football, Reed can dice you and slice you. So it's really hard to just pick a poison there. Chris, I'll ask you this: aside from just the obvious question of who needs this more, right? I want to ask this question: at the end of the year, when we look back, could you potentially see a lane where A&M and Missouri both have different coaches next year? In other words, where Mike Elko maybe takes one of these new jobs coming open, or Eli Drinkowitz. I keep hearing both those names being floated around for different programs.
I personally, I mean, like I said, this is my opinion. I don't know anything more than your average fan here, but like, I don't think Elko will go anywhere. I know Drinkowitz, man. I know this guy. This guy's in every coaching search, right? Like everybody's talking about him. I don't know if he has like super deep ties to Missouri. Maybe Missouri fans can let us know down in the comments. I'm not exactly sure. I guess you got to ask yourself this question, like, how much can you win at Mizzou, right? Like, he's done a great job there. Like, I'll be honest with you, Christian, both these teams come from the Big 12 when Nebraska was over there, my team. And I was really skeptical how these two were going to do in the SEC, right? Like, I honestly thought A&M would do okay because they have an influx of money always coming in. But I was really worried. I'm like, Mizzou ain't going to be able to compete over there. I was wrong. I mean, they've done a great job thus far. I don't know how deep the pockets are at Missouri, man, if they can keep him or if he wants to leave. Maybe I'm better off throwing this question back at you. Maybe you got more info on that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Eli Drinkowitz, I mean, the only way I'm leaving Missouri is if I'm going to LSU, right?
Okay.
Potentially Florida. I don't know if I'd go to Auburn. Okay, I don't know if I were him, I would go to Auburn.
Would you go? Where would you? I would ask this question. I know this is not about these two particular teams. Where would you rather go, to Auburn or Florida?
Oh, I'd rather go to Florida.
See, I disagree. I would rather go to Auburn over Florida.
I mean, both of them have won championships this century, but to me, you're almost in a way. Okay, I'd rather go to Florida. I'm gonna explain why I'd rather go to Florida. I'm right there in the hotbed of recruiting talent. Yeah, Auburn ain't that far away from Florida, and I get that. But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would hate to take that Auburn job. They've got like some kind of battered Aggie syndrome or whatever you want to call it. Like Auburn fans have that now, where they might just hire like a high school coach to come run their program at this point. I mean, it doesn't matter. They won 7 national championships. In the offseason, I'm gonna stop before I start going on a tangent here.
Yeah,
but the other ones like Penn State. You know what I mean? That's a name that I keep hearing. I mean. If you're Elko though, I've heard Elko's name thrown around in some of these job searches.
I'm shocked on that one.
You know what I mean? Like, have you heard that too a little bit, Chris?
A little bit, but I would be shocked if he left. He has every resource down there. He's getting paid well. He's already got that defense playing great. Obviously, he has his quarterback of the future here in Marcel Reed. He's a young guy. I mean, I don't know why you'd leave. A&M to me is one of the more premier jobs in the country. Now, I know they haven't won a natty since the 40s or some shit like that, but like. They're doing great things in the SEC. I mean, I would be shocked if he left, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, he's got him. He's done really well both years he's been there. I mean, Texas A&M, they're like a sleeping giant just waiting to be awoken. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know why you would leave A&M, even if it were for LSU or anything like that. The only thing I could potentially see is. Maybe you have ties to Penn State. You want to get out of the SEC. You want a little easier ride trying to go to the Big Ten. Not saying the Big Ten's a worse conference or anything like that. I think the Big Ten, like we talk about, is very, very top heavy. So really all you got to do is, just win some of the games against the top dogs and you're fine. And just not lose to UCLA and, I don't know, Northwestern. And you'll be okay. You'll survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with that being said, Chris, I can get in and give you my score prediction here. Look, I think the fact that Bo Preble got hurt really kind of hurts Mizzou's chance in this one. It's a lot to ask. I know it's at home. Mizzou's a tough environment. I think they can keep it close for a while, but I think A&M off a bye week. I know both teams coming off a bye week. I think A&M, rips them in the second half. Give me A&M 31, Mizzou 21.
Jesus Christ. Get this. I have the exact same score, basically for the same reasons. I'm not even joking. I have it wrote down here, 31-21 A&M. I do think Mizzou will hang around. I actually think their defense is really legit. They did a great job against Pavia. That game was 17-10. They were in that football game and shut him down completely. Marcel Reed is similar in a way. He doesn't throw. I mean, Pavia don't throw the ball near as well as Reed does, but like I said, I think they can stay in this game. The Zollers kid did well, I thought, when he came in for Bo, but yeah, like I said, they'd have to really get the run game going with Ahmed Hardy, who, you mentioned him. I love Ahmed Hardy. I think he's one of the best backs in the country. They would really have to get it going with him. Need a big special teams type of play, I think, to maybe pull this upset off. I get it, though. We see this all the time, though. It's hard to remain undefeated in a regular season college football. Everybody keeps thinking, I know you do too, like A&M's would eventually get knocked off, right? Like, it's hard to go undefeated in the regular season. Happened last year, only one team did it. Oregon, the year before, I think it was Florida State, and I think Michigan did it in 23, obviously. But, like, yeah, I'm with you here, Christian. I got to go A&M. They're on a roll, man. This team, like I said, they can win in shootouts. They can win in close games. They got a great defense. They got a good coach. Yeah, give me an A&M here, 31, Mizzou 21.